You sit on the same couch, you sleep in the same bed, you eat dinner together, and yet you feel alone.
You tried more date nights, more time together, but it's still not working.
More time together isn't going to fix the problem, because being in the same room isn't the same as being present with each other.
Nope. And that's why in today's video, we're going to talk about what's behind that loneliness and how to bring it up without causing yet another argument.
So grab a pen and let's begin.
Cheers.
Hey everyone, we are Jeff and Ellen. We are life and relationship coaches, and today we're talking about why some of your most lonely experiences happen in relationship.
Yeah, we're talking about even in good relationships, sometimes you can feel lonely. And so let's talk about why that happens, what gets in the way of that, and how to restore the connection that you're really wanting to have with your partner. So first up,
Yeah.
why does this happen?
In relationships, when we first meet, there's all this wonderful chemistry and newness going on, and we're so attentive.
Addicted.
Addicted.
Yeah, I want to be with you the whole time.
And I'm interested. I want to learn about you, and so I'm getting all this really great attention. But after a while, you can't. That chemical period fades.
The honeymoon ends.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so then what do as humans? We automate. We have to automate. That's how we're able to do all that we do in a day. We need efficiency.
So it's sort of like when you ride a bike. In the beginning, all attention goes on the pedals, the balance, where you're going, don't hit someone. It's paying attention, paying attention, paying attention. It's the same thing with the relationships. In the beginning, it's all outwardly focused on you, you're outwardly focused on me. But like riding a bike, we'd fry our circuits if we went through the day like that. So that's why we offload it. So when we know something, we move it from conscious awareness to on autopilot.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we do that in our relationships, which doesn't feel good to you.
No.
Because I'm like, yeah, I know you. Yeah, you like your coffee that way. Yep. You like the same ice cream. Yeah. I know my partner.
Yeah, and I'm missing that attention that I used to get from you, that interest, that gaze that came toward me. That, when I was like, hey, or I made a little sound, you're like, do you need me? You know?
I'm not attuning or even aware that you have a need in those moments.
Yeah. Actually, I love what you just said because you used the word attune, and that's it. You're not attuning to me. So it's more than just being present with me. It's actually the skill of attunement, which requires an emotional connection. And if we haven't practiced that, and we don't know how to bring that into the relationship, our relationship sort of exists on a surface level. And when we can't, and we don't have the skill of learning how to get deeper, then I'm going to lose that connection with you, and I'm going to start to feel lonely.
Yeah. And that's what's called those bids for connection, because that's really what's behind the loneliness, is just we're not connecting emotionally.
Yeah.
We may connect on, chop the salad, I'll get the dressing, like just things that are on the surface.
Right.
But we're missing the deeper connection, heart-to-heart connection about what's important to me as a human being and what's important to you. And so that's really what the problem is. That's what's really behind a lot of loneliness, is that we don't feel seen, we don't feel valued, we don't feel wanted, we don't feel important to our partner anymore. We sort of like I get fit in to your busy schedule. When people are doing research, they're thinking, well, we just should schedule a Friday night together. Let's get a babysitter and we'll do a date night on a Friday night. Well, the problem with that is that you're amassing all this connection time into a Friday night. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, all the needs of the relationship need to be met on that
Friday night.
Yeah.
And it better be fireworks central.
Yeah.
It's got to be good.
Yeah.
And if we go to a restaurant, it better be a damn good restaurant, right?
You better ask me those deep questions that I'm yearning for, and what, we better have enough time to feel like we were able to connect long enough, and it satiated my need for
pressure.
Yeah.
It's so much pressure into a grand gesture, into one event.
What sustains the relationship is actually the day-to-day habits that you form. And it's teaching yourself how to check in with your partner and see your partner at least several times a day.
Yeah. So how do you get the connection? You kind of schedule it in. And it's not big events, it's micro
Moments.
mediocre moments. Yeah. We've talked before in previous videos on like having 4 connection points through the day. So making sure that there is a good morning.
Yeah.
How'd you sleep? I see you. The day starts with you.
Yes.
And then see you, I got to go to work kind of thing. Goodbye. Have a great day moment. And then, hey, welcome home from your day of work. We're reconnecting again.
Right.
How was work? How was commute? All that kind of connection time. And then the day ending together, like, good night and sweet dreams, I love you, those kind of moments. And so those moments don't have to be big events either. They can be just small moments, but it's not a see you, bye. It's taking time to connect. What's on your day today? What do you have coming up? When you come home, how was the commute home? What was the meeting like? How did it go? Those kind of seeing important moments that has happened in your day, that's important to me as well.
The reason I like those connection points in the day is they're in logical parts of the day, so they're easy to remember when you wake up, when you leave for work, when you come home from work, and before you go to bed. Very logical parts of the day. But what you're doing is you're training your own nervous system. You're creating a neural pathway that says, right, I have another person in my life. You're a human being and you're my partner, and we've chosen to do life together. So I want to prioritize that and make sure I take care of that. And so you're actually teaching yourself to recognize another human being. And it may sound kind of silly, like, what do you mean I have to teach myself? But we do. We are creatures of habit. We are products of conditioning, and we have to learn how to be how to develop we consciousness.
And doing like life partners and doing life together means you do pieces of real life together. And some of those things might be boring, but like you and I going up and we brush our teeth together at the end to get ready for bed. Dishes, like you'll wash, I'll dry. Like we're sharing chores together, or we'll go down into the laundry room and we'll do laundry together. So it's not about a big date gesture, like certainly not skywriting. Like that's not what we're talking about.
Or skydiving.
Yeah, but it's the average everyday things that you guys can do together to find each other. Sometimes, a big pile of laundry is like, oh God, we got laundry to do. But we are sharing in that kind of struggle, like, oh, let's conquer the pile of laundry together. It's you and me together.
What I like about the examples you just gave there, the brushing the teeth, the laundry, the doing the dishes, those are actually activities that we do automate. We've done them so many times we don't have to think about it, which means it does free up part of our brain so that we can think and focus on each other while we're doing things. So they're great tasks to do. Another one that we do that I really like is we do our walks together, either in the morning or at night.
Totally. When you walk together, it's there's no phones, there's no devices.
At least we consciously leave our phones out of our walks.
That's true, yeah. Like we're literally moving through a space together. When we walk through the park and we see the dogs, or we run into someone together, it's a togetherness activity. And doing it after dinner, obviously great for digestion, but really good for us to process the day, especially if we haven't been together a lot. After the meal, when we walk together, it's so what happened to you today? It's a simple way to find each other.
And it gives me an opportunity, for instance, if there's something I want to talk about, then I can bring it up and I get your attention. Because it's another reason why we can feel lonely sometimes is I want to talk to you. I do want your attention. Yeah. So when we put these checkpoints in the day, we're also putting in these moments where I know you might be busy, but I'll get you later. I'll get you when we reconnect at dinner. I'll get you before we go to bed. I'll get you on our walk.
All these shared life experiences compile over time like compound interest. We have more life that we've moved through together rather than just a roof that we share. That's it.
Yeah. So well said. So let's say one partner is putting in that time, putting the energy and effort in to answer the bids, to have points of connection, but the other partner...
Yeah, it's
because it takes
weighted.
2 people to actually value that kind of connection and want it.
That happens in all relationships. One person will be doing more of the organization.
Yes.
Excuse me, more of the event planning, more of the birthday parties, more of the wrapping of the presents and putting the wine bottle in the bag. Like one person actually does more of that, and that's okay. Yeah. It doesn't have to be 50-50. But if it's all you,
and if you are carrying the emotional maturity and the emotional capacity and the logistical part of the relationship too, the scheduling and the efforting and putting in the connecting.
If it's all on one, then it's that imbalance will be felt, and that becomes the training ground. If I do everything and you do nothing, there's no need for you to do anything because I'll do everything. And while that might make me feel good, I'm competent in driving our connection, it also, I start to build resentment of like, why is it always me that's doing the reaching out? Why is it always me that's planning the picnic? Why
is it always me asking about our relationship and checking in and trying to build and maintain connection?
Because then the question that starts to come up in your mind is like, if I stopped, what would happen? You have needs and those needs aren't going away. And if you're not getting them from your partner, you're going to find them somewhere else. And that's where people start window shopping.
Yeah.
You know, oh, this person is spending all this time paying attention to me. Oh, I really like getting the attention from this human being.
I didn't know how much I was missing it and how much I really need it and want it in my life. Wow. And once you start getting that attention, it's really hard to let that go again and go back to a lack or the vacuum or void of attention.
And so that might be the point where you turn to your partner and say, hey, we have a disconnection problem in our relationship that's important and we should address this.
And to use the words, by the way, like, I feel lonely in our relationship. It's really important to actually just state it as it is and to say, I feel lonely in our relationship.
And if you can't solve that and work that out yourself, then that's the time to reach out to someone that can help you. And that's what we do. We help couples reconnect, have the conversations to practice the behaviors, to help them have the relationship that they really want to curate together. And so there's a link in our description. We'll put that in there so that you can book a 30-minute discovery call. There's nothing worse than being lonely in a relationship. And so it's better to be alone than lonely in a relationship, because if you're alone, you might meet someone tomorrow.
There's possibility again.
Yeah. But if you're in a relationship and you're feeling alone, that's kind of like the worst, because you kind of feel caged.
You feel so trapped.
Yeah, there's no way out.
It's some of the worst loneliness you can experience.
Yeah, that's a big hill to climb.
Yes.
And so that might be the time, the yellow flag moment of your relationship, to realize I'm now questioning whether I should stay or whether it's time for me to leave and invest in another human being.
Here's the thing we want you to take away. If you're in a relationship where you're feeling lonely, hi honey, can we chat? I'm feeling disconnected and lonely, and I want to feel more connected in our relationship. Can we talk about it?
Yeah. That beginning of that conversation, that's not going to be fixing everything, but at least breaks the silence to start down the road, to start doing something about it.
It puts honesty on the table, and that's a really great start.
That prevents relationship drift, and it helps you feel like you're still partners in this relationship.
So if you've enjoyed this video, please hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed already. And if you would, share this with anyone you think could use this information.
Yeah. And please check out this next video for more relationship advice.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.